Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for this video regarding the Cub Scout Adventure Weekend here with the Old Hickory Council that's going to take place at Camp Raven Knob. We have two different weekends that are available to you, October 9th through 11th and October 23rd through 25th, both here in 2020. So we have two options that are available for you. And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to introduce the program a little bit, some changes that are going to be made here in the 2020 year to our Cub Scout Fall Adventure Weekends. And then we're going to do a walkthrough on the registration so that you can make sure that you properly register. So again, thank you for joining us. And at this time, I'm going to introduce Hunter Day.
Hey guys, thanks for hopping on board to be with us, talk about our Fall Adventure Weekends for 2020. Currently, we've made several changes as far as the program goes due to COVID-19 and how we need to operate for this summer based off of a lot of our regulations and rules that we ran at summer camp this past year. Just so everybody knows, the dates again, those are October 9th through the 11th and October 23rd through the 25th, and those are both to be held at Camp Raven Knob. Some of the regulations we just want to go over with you real quick. Some of the really highlight changes are that we have set a cap to each weekend at 500 participants. That number includes both parents, leaders, and scouts. So we have to be at that 500 or under limit. We will not accept any registrations over the 500 limit. And so our best advice to you is to try to get your numbers in as quickly as possible. Registration will go open this Saturday, September the 5th at 9 a.m. So registration will open then. And my advice to you is to get on there and get it booked as quickly as possible to guarantee a spot. The registration for both weekends will open at the same time rather than at different times to give everybody a fair chance to get registered. A couple of other things you need to know: we will not be providing a dining hall option this year, just due to the amount of sanitation that it takes to clean our dining hall. We will not be offering that. All cooking will need to take place in the campsite, except for Saturday lunch. Saturday lunch will be provided by in your registration fee by camp, and it'll be a bag sandwich lunch that'll be given out throughout the different areas of camp. And so we'll just kind of continue program throughout the afternoon and have lunch at a kiosk for you to pick up. So no meals in the dining hall. Part of that, the cost for the weekends will be $25 this year. And you might see a little bit of variancy in the cost over the years. And really the initial push for an increased cost is due to the amount of sanitation that it's going to take to clean camp between our program activities and throughout the weekend. So just keep that in mind. So at $25 per participant, that is a scout fee and a parent fee. Both are $25. There will be no lions this fall at our Fall Adventure Weekends. No, there will not be a lion option due to the amount of demand that we're going to have generally from the tigers through Air of Lights that will be coming and allowed to camp. We will not be allowing lions or day visitors. So you'll need to show up on Friday and stay the weekend for that to count. So no lions, no day visitors. We will not be holding a council campfire. The campfires on Saturday evening will need to be held on your own in your own campsite, just to effectively social distance the best we can, as the dining hall will hold close to about 400 people, a little over, with the way we have it set up to socially distance. So just to be on the safe side, we are going to do all campfires in our campsites on Saturday evening. Just a reminder that Parent Cub is not a family camping event. All scouts or youth that attend need to be registered scouts, and they need to come with a parent or guardian registered leader. Each unit needs to have 2 registered leaders on site. And if you have female scouts that are coming, we need to make sure we have a registered female leader in the campsite as well. Just want to go over with you so you can get all the details on our leaders guide, and that can be found on the council website with just a little bit of looking. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen so you guys can get the leaders guide and all the details there. So let me just pull that up real quick. All right. Let's see. Do I need to add that in, Adam? Or there we go. All right. So we're checking out the council website here. So you'll see we will have a Parent Cub Fall Adventure Weekend banner right here in the front. But at the moment, if you scroll on down to the bottom of the page, you can find the link right here in this scrolling part. So just click on Read More Cub Scout Adventure Weekend. And our theme this year is road tripping through 2020. So you'll find all the event contacts on the right. I am one of the staff advisors for Fall Adventure Weekend along with Keith Bobbitt. So if you ever need us or have questions, please feel free to reach out. But also reach out to our two chairmen for the event, Peter Hux, who handles more of the administration, and Stephen Lambert, who handles most of the program. And there's information to reach out there. And this right here in the bulk of it just explains some of the changes that will be coming up for 2020 when registration opens and all that kind of stuff. And then right here you can view the leader's guide. So I've already got that downloaded, so we're going to open it up and just kind of glancing down through here, just running through it real quick. There's the dates for the weekend and all of that. We have a strict limit of 500 participants. Please keep that in mind as we go forward with this. Again, once it hits that 500 limit, we will not be opening it whatsoever any further. Okay, and Lions will not be allowed to come to Fall Adventure Weekends this year. Again, not a family camping event. There's the cost, all right, and this does include, you can see right there, a bag lunch on Saturday. All righty. The registration process, you'll be registering through Tinaroo. We'll turn that over here to the guys here in a minute from our administration team with Raven. I'll talk about the registration process and how all of that works. A couple of key deadlines here, though. September 27th will be the cutoff date for weekend 1, and October 9th will be the cutoff date for week 2. So you need to make sure you've got everything in on those dates. Okay, and this is how you can get to the registration. Just moving on down here. Again, just talking about late registrations. If anyone comes in late, there will be a $10 late fee. So anything after those dates that we just announced, there will be a $10 late fee, and T-shirts and patches will not be given out to late registrations until they have been given to those who registered on time. So if we have stuff left over from one of the weekends, we will be giving those to our late registrations, but the people that got in first will be sure to get their T-shirts before anybody that registered late. So those are your scout to leader ratios, providing at least 2 registered adult leaders, and talking about the female leader rule as well. For those of you who don't know, campsites will be assigned by the administration. I think you can request your site. We have 10 and Adirondack sites available. Adirondack sites do normally fill up very quick. And so our campsites will really be based on numbers and special needs and anything like that. So be sure to indicate if you have any special needs to let us know so we can try to get you in an adequate campsite to accommodate that. Check-in will be at the maintenance facility this year from 5 until 8:30, but we understand if there's special circumstances. The entire pack, anybody that is coming into camp, will be temperature screened at the maintenance facility before arriving to camp. If anybody is reading hot, which is going to be over 100 degrees, they will be asked to hang out for a few minutes and then reevaluated. If anybody is running a temperature for parent or for the Fall Adventure Weekend, they will be denied access to Camp Raven Knob. So just keep that in mind. And then everything else, checking out, I'll let you guys read this on your own. One of the biggest things that we definitely need for this event is staffing. So any scout that's 13 or older is welcome to come help at our Fall Adventure Weekends and staff the event. If anybody's ever been interested in what it's like to work on the Raven Knob staff, this is an excellent way to kind of see what it's like to work at camp during the summertime. You get to stay in staff housing, and the staff will be eating in the dining hall. We will have food provided for them, and it's a free event for any of our guys that want to come up and work. Normally, we have about 100 volunteers that come and help us on those weekends, so we need all the help we can get to ensure we have a great program. All right, and again, there's the contacts right there for Peter and Stephen. Feel free to reach out to them if you have any questions, or feel free to reach out to myself or Keith, and we'll get you in the right direction. So if anybody has any questions, please be sure to reach out. We don't want anybody to feel like they're left in the dark on or anything, or if we feel like we missed anything, please let us know, and we'll be happy to address that as we go forward. We're looking forward to just a tremendous time. We had a great summer at Raven Knob this year, and we're really hoping for 2 great weekends for our Fall Adventure Weekend. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen here and turn it back over to Adam and Nate to walk you through the registration side of Fall Adventure Weekend. So thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, Hunter. Adam, if you'll share my screen when you get a second, we'll go from there. We'll be registering just like we have for all pretty much events lately through our itinerary platform. All PACs and Old Hickory Council should already have an account. So if you're a new Cub Master and you don't know the login, ask around. If no one knows the login, send an email to Hunter Day. His email is hunter.day@scouting.org, or you can send it to registration@ravennom.com. Hunter will probably get it back to you a little quicker. We check the registration email in the off season every couple of days to try to get those answered. But most important thing is please do not create a new account. Everyone should already have an account if you're a registered unit with the Old Hickory Council. So when it's time to register, you're going to log into your account. It'll look something like this. And you'll see there's no upcoming events. So you hit go to events, or you can click on the tab here and you'll see upcoming register Cub Scout weekend. You're going to hit Fall Adventure Weekend 1 or Fall Adventure Weekend 2. So we're just going to register for Weekend 1. And then we're going to click up here, register for event. If you want to see any information, it's all right here. A link to the leader's guide is already right here. This is going to show you how many spots are remaining for the weekend. So you're going to hit register for event. So we're going to do 10 youth and 5 adults. If there's any notes you need to let us know, like anything like that, you can put it there. Hit next. You can choose your top 3 campsites, but just know that you're not guaranteed any of those campsites. We will place based on attendance numbers. This would be where you want to get pay for your event. Now, since this is capped at 500 500 participants, it would be ideal to go ahead and make that payment as soon as you register, because the way itinerary works is does not lock in your registration until you check out. So for this example today, I'm going to use my admin override and pay nothing, but you would need to go ahead and pay to allow those registrations to go through. So we're going to pay. All right. So then it'll bring you to your summary page, checkout page. So you'll see you have 10 registered, 5 here. I'm going to actually tell you now, go ahead and check out. You're going to put in your payment, all that information. Down here, you would select credit card or e-check and hit place order. All right, now you're going to see it'll take you back here. Once you've checked out and made your payment, that means your numbers are locked in. So if you said you're bringing 10 scouts, 5 adults, they're locked in, ready to go. It's going to pull that. It's going to pull the numbers from that event. So you're locked in there. Now we'll need to go back in after you've made your payment and add our youth and adults. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come up to participants and we're going to add participants. We're going to start with the youth, and we're just going to use me as an example. You're going to hit next, next, and then complete. You're going to do this for everyone that's in your unit. So We just have an example from last year. It will tell you if it needs something it's missing. Okay. And then when you're done with all of that, you've registered everybody, you're going to check your card out again. So you'll just hit checkout. Since you've already made your payment, it will just allow you to go through and place your order. All right. So then once you're all done, you'll see 2 of 15 or 15 of 15. That means everybody's been registered. So you'll want to make sure you do that. If a scout is not on your roster, you can go to manage my group and you can add them, adults or youth, prior to that. Ideally, you would go ahead and go put in your, we pre-populate the rosters with last year's council registrations that registered with scouting in Old Hickory Council. So anyone that's new that just joined is not going to be in Tenaroo. We only update the registrations once a year right before summer camp. So you'll need to manually add your scout. You can just go do that through Manage My Group and then hit Add People and then fill out the information and save them. Once they're done, it'll show up on your registration screen when you're about to register. So ideally, you would go ahead and make sure you've done that prior to that weekend. So prior to registration, so that whenever you're starting to register, you can do it that way. If you need to drop a scout, it would be the same way. You're just going to click on the participant's name and then manage registration. We're going to cancel registration, confirm and cancel. Then you'll have to check out again. So anytime you make any changes in the system, you need to check out prior to leaving. Otherwise, it will not take place. So if you go through and register, say I'm bringing 10 scouts, 15 adults, and you get all the way to this screen and just leave, your stuff is not locked in until you check out. So if you see anything setting up in the right corner with a green circle, so you see it there right now, it says 1, that means there are items in the cart that need to be processed and checked out. So that is the most important thing, is to always check out when you made any changes so that they get locked in the system. Okay. Now, if we are registering scouts and let's say you come in and tell the system you're going to bring 10 and we're already at 490, it's not going to allow you to go past. So if you're that last unit that unfortunately doesn't get to bring a bunch of people, it's just the way the system works is it's going to stop you when it gets to 500. So if you can only register 4 scouts and 3 adults, however y'all need to do it, that's the way the system's going to take it. So Hunter or Adam, did you want to throw in anything that I missed?
Sure. Let me add a couple of things here, Nate. So one is just to emphasize a couple of things, what we have here scrolling at the bottom, to not create a new account. All Old Hickory Council packs have an account already. And if you do not know the information to log into that, then you can send an email to hunter.day@scouting.org and he can get that information to you. So please do not create a new account. When units have multiple accounts in the system, it becomes really confusing for everyone. And then another thing to emphasize is that we want the unit leader to register everyone under the pack account, that we are not looking to have individual registrations. So you want to make sure that you are registered as a unit and do not have individual families going in and creating an account and registering, because we don't know which packs they're affiliated with, and it will become a problem when it's time to check in everyone. So please make sure that you're following these guidelines. Nate?
And I was going to say, and we will go in and delete new accounts. So if you are, let's say, just for example, I'm going to use our test account. There is no 9998, but we just use this as a test account. So if you're pack 9998 Wachovia and you can't remember your login and don't email us, and you go in and create pack 9998 Laurel, we will go in and delete that account, just because we're trying to keep our database as clean as possible. So that's why please reach out to either Hunter Day or us at registration@ravenhawk.com, and we will look up the information for you, because it just takes a lot when we're trying to manage that database with thousands of units, when we have multiple accounts for the same unit because they forgot their username and password.
And we will also emphasize again that registration opens at September 5th, on September 5th at 9 a.m. And we have a hard cap of 500. And in years past, we have not had a hard cap to the event because, we want as many people to be able to experience Raven Knob as possible. But due to COVID regulations, we've got to be able to have everybody properly distanced. We have to have space for everybody to roam and to be able to camp and all of that. So we do have that hard cap at 500. So we would all recommend that you register as soon as possible and as close to September 5th at 9 a.m. as possible to make sure that your unit gets all the spaces that you would like. And at the same note, if you have people that back out on you and that no longer attend, that they get removed from the system so that it will free up those spots for packs that may not have gotten everybody in that they wanted.
That's a good point, Adam. Please, especially with the era we're in right now with COVID, please, if you have people drop, update your registration as soon as they drop so someone else can come in your place. We would hate we get up to camp on those weekends and we had 500 slots and only 350 people show up because 150 just decided that they weren't coming but never updated their registration. So please update your registrations as soon as you have changes.
Yep. Also, just something else with that, I could see several packs possibly wanting to hold spots for people. Please don't hold spots for people. If people know they're coming, go ahead and get them registered. If they don't know they're coming right off the bat, make sure that we're giving other people the chance that already know that they're coming to get in there. So just, Scout is honest and trustworthy. Let's keep those spots open as long as we can. To ensure that everybody gets an opportunity that's ready to go rather than somebody that's still waiting 2 or 3 weeks to make up their mind. So work with us on that, and that would make this whole process run a little bit smoothly. Adam?
And when it comes to making your payments, the quickest and the easiest way to make your payment is to do it through a credit card or an e-check. In the Tentaroo system. If you've never used an e-check before, all you do is use the account number and the routing number that's located at the bottom of your physical check and enter that information into Tentaroo, and it will take those payments. Please keep in mind that we at the Old Hickory Council and Tentaroo do not save your payment information at all. Once you enter it in, it is gone, so it's not going to be in there over and over again, which is why, one, it's in your best interest to make larger payments less frequently instead of making small individual payments for everybody. So the best plan is to have each of the families pay the unit and then have the unit make 1 or 2 payments along the way. We can take payments at the Old Hickory Council Service Center. If you do pay there at the Old Hickory Council office on Silas Creek Parkway in Winston-Salem, that will work, but then we have to manually credit your account with those monies. So the best thing to do is to pay via credit card or e-check on the online system, but we will accept payments at the council office as well.
And the payments at the council office will be a little bit delayed. So if you send in a check and you say you're bringing 20, and by the time the check arrives, it's been a week and it gets put in, if it's already over that 500 cap, then you're out of luck. And we'll have to send your money back to you. So it's best practice to use credit card or e-check. Most everyone that comes to Raven Knob for us during the summer camp season, they pretty much use either of those 2 options, and those are the best. We prefer credit card or e-check because it's easier for us to refund you if you don't come. So then we don't have to send you a physical check in the mail. We can just go in and credit your account or refund you your money if you do not arrive. That's all I've got.
Anybody else?
Just get your registrations in, and we're looking forward to a good few weekends at Raven Knob. Again, if you're wanting to come and join us on staff, be sure to show up, and anybody that's 13 years or older. So adults, leaders, and scouts, come on out. Let's put on a good show for all of our Cub Scouts, and hopefully we'll have some new scouts there, and it'll be their first experience getting to enjoy Raven Knob and the scouting program. So we're looking forward to a good time. Again, try to bear with us on some of the COVID-19 policies and procedures that we have in place on wearing our masks and keeping socially distant. We try to, keep everybody 6 feet apart, and we try to wash our hands as much as we can and wear those masks. So if you do not plan on following those regulations, please do not come to Raven Knob for this fall. This is with strict guidelines that we will operate under, and it worked for us this summer, having no COVID cases at camp. And we would really appreciate that same statistic heading out of October this fall. So you will be required to wear a mask. Anybody over the age of 11 years old will be wearing those masks while they're at camp. We do ask that, if possible, everybody wear their masks, but that's what the guidelines are giving us right now. And so I would really appreciate it that nobody want to ruin our opportunity to have a great fun weekend, and do everything we can to make sure everybody's safe and goes home safe. So, well, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time. Fall Adventure weekends are always a good time for everybody. So get out and shoot some bows and arrows, and shoot a BB gun and have some fun. So maybe even catch a fish in the lake. Who knows? So anyways, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, Adam and Nate, for being on here this evening to walk through this registration process. Again, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to myself, reach out to any of the chairman, Peter, Stephen, Keith, or the registration team here with us tonight, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. So thank you, and we'll see you in October.